I grew up feeling a little alienated because of my passion and desire to do music. You know, I just feeling a little bit different. And I would get a lot of grief for it by my peers, and it was difficult. It was really hard.
In 1990, Christina Aguilera was making a name for herself around Pittsburgh when a local talk show invited the 9-year-old to appear on the air.
Ladies and gentlemen, Christina.
Good morning. I'm Christina Aguilera, and 6:30 and time to wake up with Larry Richard.
Larry Richard had a very, very early morning show. It's really, really difficult for singers to get up right out of bed and go and sing and sound. I mean, your voice takes a while to wake up. But she was up and she went there and sang.
Well, I want a Sunday kind of love. Someone true and bold to keep me.
Little did I know, once she started singing, she completely metamorphosized into somebody else, and we were all shocked. You know, like, wow, look at this kid.
Christina's singing ability led to a spot on Jude Poll's Talent Showcase, a local charity event.
From Rochester, Pennsylvania, Miss Christina Aguilera.
She was very shy. She would show up and come and just sit over by herself. So it came time to sing, and then she would get up. It was almost as if the microphone was a magic wand. And the second that she grabbed the microphone in her hand, she became a star.
He kind of set it up like Star Search, where the person who won, you know, this month's talent show would come back the next month to compete against the new guy.
Of course, she won, and she kept coming back month after month and went all the way. No one could beat her.
Miss Christina Aguilera. I'm sorry that we have to end the show abruptly, but nobody else wants to come out now. Nobody wants to follow her.
After a while, people would find out that they were up against Christina, and they wouldn't show up.
Our returning champion is here tonight, but her challenger is not.
She went on to win that, you know, like grand champion or something.
Our four-time winner, Christina Aguilera.
Watching a girl perform at a benefit, and they say Christina Aguilera, and I'm thinking to myself, this girl has such a gift in her voice. So I get her number from the phone book, and I call her mother, Shelley, and I say, can you please come down to my Himmelstein one-on-one show? And Shelley said, absolutely. I have somebody who I've wanted to have on the show for so long, and I'm so happy she's been able to be here. Christina Maria Aguilera. Here was this little girl in the studio we were talking to, and her feet could not even touch the ground. But when it was time to go to that stage, it was business. Her entire being changed when she sang Black Velvet. She dissected every word at age 9. She knew exactly what she'd want to do when she'd sing it. It blew the entire studio out of the water.
Suddenly, Christina was in big demand.
Christina was like the Pittsburgh Penguins' good luck charm for a good while, literally.
I didn't know how fun hockey was until the first time that I was hired to sing the national anthem at the first Penguin game in my life. And from then on, I've been this big hockey fan of the Penguins.
And they actually won every home game that she sang at.
The city's baseball team also wanted a piece of the magic.
You sang at the beginning of Pirate games.
Right.
Is it very difficult to sing in that stadium?
You mean the echo?
Yes.
Oh, it's incredible. You say one thing in the microphone and then wait a couple seconds, and then all of the what you just said in the mic comes back at you at all kind of different directions, and it confuses you.
Here's Christina Aguilera, this beautiful little girl singing in the national anthem for these Pittsburgh pro teams. And the local papers made fun of the trend of these dolled up little munchkins singing at these sports events.
Christina ended up in the paper quite a bit, but she was more scared of it than happy about it.
The reactions at school were even more frightening.
It was a small town celebrity kind of thing, you know. It's just like, got to the point where I kind of didn't even want to talk about what I was doing publicly or around the town, just because when I did, I would get such, you know, attitude from my peers.
The jealousy got worse and worse, especially with one group of girls. They were harassing phone calls day and night, and she kept being late for school because I would time it to drop her off at right barely enough for her to run into the classroom before the bell went off, because I didn't want her to get beat up. They'd wait for it in the bushes and stuff. I mean, it was insane. We're in elementary school, for Pete's sake.
There was a girl who kind of had her little posse or whatever that was grades older than me, and they like threatened to, you know, slash my mom's tires and the whole thing.
This poor little thing was having nightmares, and I was just beside myself. I would ask Christina, I said, honey, you sure you want to be doing this stuff? I mean, you love it that much? And she goes, Mom, I love doing this. I don't understand, Mom, why can they go and do cheerleading and like play football and baseball, but I can't do what I like? I had no answer for her, and I told her all I can think of, sweetie, is that God is preparing you for bigger and better things.
They were blown away by her voice, but the producers thought she was too young to be on the show.